Well, it would appear as though I found some Kerrigan fans down here in the crowd. Look at these guys. I mean, quite a bit of teamwork, almost like FaZe in game. But I'm here with Mr. Rasmus. Rasmus, talk to me about your experience so far.
It's been so great. I mean, the play we had today, it's been some super close clutches. And I mean, it's just been amazing to see the level these guys play at.
The level is certainly there. This is exactly where you want to be. This is this will probably be one of the best matches of the year as it unfolds. But ultimately, talk to me about the teamwork it took to get all this going together.
I mean, we planned this for quite a while, and then it almost didn't work out. But we cheated a bit. We prepared from home, and it all worked out. Just like it's going to do for FaZe over here.
Well, yeah. I mean, is that right, guys? Can anybody hear me? Is this thing on? Is FaZe going to win this game?
Yeah!
All right. So how about this? I'm going to let you say one thing only to the Danish crowd. What do you say?
Okay. Når jeg siger Fyn, så siger I Andersen. Fyn!
Andersen!
Fyn!
Andersen! There you have it. Well, just like this teamwork, I think I'm going to get in here and get some coloring going on. But to continue breaking it down at the desk, we're going back to Alex and the boys.
The Legion post-match breakdown.
Yes, joining me at the Xfinity analyst desk, I have Chad Birchall and Janko Paunovic. It is, of course, two ex-players, and they get to watch the world's best play and share their insights with me, Machine. Gentlemen, we said it was going to be a good grand final, and the first map delivers. That is just what you want to see. No complaints across the board as a viewer and as an expert.
The first map delivers. The first round delivers. Guardian with the 1v3 to open up the game. I mean, can it get more exciting than that? And we've had, as Rasmus pointed out in the crowd, a lot of close rounds, a lot of clutches, and that's something we were expecting coming into this one.
This is the exciting... Yeah, sorry, Alex.
I was just going to say, a full 16-13. I mean, we went all the way.
You love to see it, right? This is the exciting brand of Counter-Strike that we definitely want to have coming out of these top-tier teams. The stars popping off when they need to. Big multi-kills coming in left, right, and center. But looking dire for SK early, right? They were down to that 6-1, not looking good. And then the resilience of the Brazilians pop back in, and they're able to right the ship, go back to 6-6.
I mean, that was due to some heroics as well. This is what happens when you have two teams so closely battling out. It is the individuals, those quick moments, that quick decision-making, something that you can't practice that tends to separate them. And I know that actually we have a couple of like replays and telestration to demonstrate that. First of all, though, Janko, I know you had an interesting observation.
True. This is to point out like the play of like Taco in this particular situation, and how sometimes just buying time and playing for your team can really be what wins you the round. And we can start playing it out here. You can see how both, Cold and Bolts are rotating over. Cold is the one on the op here towards the A bomb side. That's a small adjustment that they made early on from the side of SK game. And you can see how Rain cheekily pushes through the smoke. He did that actually twice. And we can pause it here. What's important right now is, you can see it right here, the wall of smokes that FaZe throws. They want to completely negate Pit and don't have to worry about that. Basically, Rain was supposed to flank through Arch, and the brunt of the attack comes through Quad. Now you can keep playing it. Cold Zero with the op probably doesn't expect them to be all the way close, so he is going to die any second now. And now we can pause it. You can see, look at the situation in which Taco is right now. He's alone against 4 players. This is where his rotation is. It's going to take them ages to come in. And I'm not really sure. This is where FaZe makes a mistake of their own. Kerrigan kind of jumps into Pit. This is Taco. You know that he is going to be in Pit. Like, he holds A. He never goes on B. If he's still alive, he's in the side. So you need to counter him, most likely Pit, because that's what you smoked off. And now you can play it a bit more. You can see that Taco, from his POV, does a great job of killing Kerrigan, staying alive, buying time. He realizes he can't win the round, obviously, by getting like all 4 kills. It's going to be almost impossible. But the way he maneuvers, you can see here, we can pause it right real quick just for one last time. You can see how his teammates are coming in from Arch. He's just staying alive. He was on his pistol for the majority of the time, and you can see how they still had to look for him, basically, and he was just playing the time, playing his teammates. They come in, they execute the retake, and that really gave some momentum to SK, which they were in desperate need of early on.
And it looked so organized from FaZe, you could see the process, Chad. You smoke it off, you focus on one part of the site. It looked perfect, and then you can't account for moves like Taco.
Well, the in-game leader should know better than to attack Pit with that wall of smoke up, right? The idea is to leave him alone and just let him do his thing, and you guys can take actually Arch control and play a setup that you kill him afterwards when the smokes are dissipated. So throwing yourself at him in that scenario, Making a bit of a blunder there, but it was okay in the end.
Yeah, and you had something for us as well, Chad. Now, what are you focusing on?
This is just another adjustment that we saw coming out from SK, and we did always note that the B bomb site's weak. Right now, you can see that you have the 3 players over towards the B bomb site here, setting it up, that extra utility coming in. And what they've done is Fallen gets a kill through the... Maybe this is the wrong round.
Is this not what you're looking for?
No, but that's all right. It's all good. They just made an adjustment towards B.
What they were doing was retaking top banana.
Yeah. That was the point.
Okay.
The point was they were retaking top banana.
And that's something we talk about. We can bring that off.
Yeah.
But that is, that is something that you've always talked about. We always talk about mid-round aggression. Is this the round you were talking about? No, we just got back to it.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It
was going so well.
We got there in the end.
Yes.
But basically, they made an adjustment to have 3 players, a cheater guy over into that top banana retake, which is something that they needed to do. But in the end, it wasn't enough, Alex, because the FaZe factor, the X factor, kicked him in the teeth.
And we've got a prime example of that X factor. Sorry, I wanted to.
Yeah, that was the mid-round aggression that Chad wanted to point out. That was what we were, both me and him, SK and their defense need to be aggressive mid-round in banana. It's not just early round or being passive late round. They found that sweet spot, but FaZe was winning a lot of those X factor rounds, right? With low buys, force buys, just pistols, or a single op. You can see this in the second half. All of Meister on the flank. Quite unfortunate for SK actually, because they had Fur on the flank of their own. He was in great position. They missed each other like ships in the night, and all of Meister had the more impact that particular round. But
yes, those orbs.
How many times towards the end did SK still manage to bring themselves back into the game? I mean, 2 rounds towards that B bombs, it seems like SK isn't the only one who has problems holding B. But, Cold Zero with that CZ clutch from new boxes, I mean, really, you can never count them out.
And this pistol made impact across the map. I mean, watch this from Cold Zero. Not only does he get the 2, he's then in a 1v1, and we find ourselves in sync in the green room saying he wins these, and he did. Fantastic stuff. And then Guardian, with just 1 magazine, takes 3 fully bought out SK team members out with that sidearm.
And this is towards the very end of the game. So because of the rounds they lost previously in that Guardian round, SK were a bit hesitant. They were scared, like, where do we go?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we have to start talking about the next map. I know we could talk about that one for an hour, but we're going to have to keep things succinct because we go into Overpass next. And this is where there's a lot to be said. First things first, just to rehash that pre-match just a little bit, which is where we talked about the fact that Overpass has been fantastic for SK. The last time they met, the results didn't quite tell the whole story. SK just dominated FaZe.
Yeah, and I think, this is one of the maps where I've seen FaZe be scared against SK. It was ESL 1 Cologne, obviously a different roster before this change came in with Olaf and Guardian. But I remember watching that game, and it's just they were so timid in their approach. And when you have players like Nico, Rain on your team, you want to let them off the leash a little bit to play the brand of Counter-Strike we're seeing now from these guys. This is where the question mark is for me. What kind of adjustment, or is this momentum from the first map win going to be enough for these guys to come into this matchup and put SK to bed again?
I mean, FaZe couldn't even get to step 2 of their default in that epicenter game. Like, Fur was just pushing top mid, close to the fountain, just finding kills time and time again. It was actually quite depressing to see, if you're a FaZe fan, how he was single-handedly dominating them. Then they want to avoid and go towards B. That's where Cold and Taco were doing a great job of holding down the bomb site. So a great sign for FaZe was that on Inferno, all of their stars were playing super well. All of Guardian, Rain, Nico, all were having impact. Even Kerrigan was having good rounds. So that gives you confidence coming into this one. Them starting on the T side, they might ride on that momentum of their stars.
FaZe could even take a note from NIP's book, right? Because we saw them do that default on this map against SK, where they just had 5 players head on over towards Party and Playground, and that's how they really dealt with Fur. But here we get to see, the overview of FaZe and where those players hold from that CT side, and we talk about it being a brick wall defense. You got the likes of Guardian and Rain over towards the A bomb site, Kerrigan in the pivoting position between both bomb sites, and then Nico and Olaf in a little bit of a dream duo over towards B, locking it down time and time again. SK obviously just as good, so this isn't as scary when you see like FaZe going up against a team that's much lesser skill. This is something that SK are definitely going to be able to deal with, and we can see they go toe to toe in the server.
So in terms of what will be the kind of the turning factor, Yanko, what will be determining of the win is 1, dealing with Fur. What else do we add to that list?
2, dealing with Rain.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm looking forward to. A lot of people tweet at you and say, yeah, but everyone expects Fur or Rain to be aggressive. Everyone knows it's coming. Sure, you might know he's going to be aggressive, but you don't know when exactly and where in position-wise. And if you account for all of those spots, you wasted too much utility. And if he just falls back or just trades 1 for 1, they still have the advantage because you wasted so much. So I'm going to be very interested to see how does FaZe approach that whole toilet control. Do they avoid it? Do they try to group up long with 4 players? Or do they just become a bit more methodical in their map control.
They're both going to have done their homework, and the closing thoughts, albeit briefer, with you, Chad.
I just want to see more from Fallen. Obviously, Inferno is a map where he doesn't have a lot of impact, but in a map like Overpass, he needs that. And in the gun rounds, he usually has a huge amount for his squad, right? That AWP pivotal time and time again. And on this map, I'm going to be looking out for the classic SK retakes. That B bomb site, they're happy to give it up and retake that with no dramas. So these are the win conditions, I think, for the SK boys.
Fantastic. Well, Fallen, AWP, Overpass, name a more iconic duo. Will some minds be blown here in Odense? We'll find out as we venture into our second map of this best of 5. Who better than Henry G and Sadakis to make some noise in this arena?
Well, I think better than us are all of these lovely fans. They've been making lots of noise so far and don't stop now. SK get their map choice against FaZe. We start map 2, Overpass.
We do indeed. A bit of a history between these two particular teams on this map. It's SK, they're the definite favourites here, but FaZe would have done their homework. They're looking to bounce back and get 2 maps in a row potentially. That could be absolutely amazing in their campaign at this best of 5. Apply a lot of pressure towards SK, but I do favour the Brazilians going into this one. But let's have a look at it, shall we? Will be SK standing the T side, ladies and gentlemen. 3 sets of armour, 2 nade, 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs, and we'll get towards middle. It's going to be aggression from Rain and Guardian. It looks like Rain will have the chance to take a shot there. Won't be able to connect anything, and 4 players heading very quickly towards long. We know how strong Rain can be in this particular position as he tries to find the first headshot. He'll actually receive a bullet to his own face, and at the same time, Nico is being tagged up.
Both of them down to fractions of their HP. Cold's waiting as well for a push. Does spot Olaf. Time to peek accordingly and actually pushes Cold back. No need to go down that side of the map, especially when they've got the HP advantage already. Alright, the next one to get out and get aggressive. My goodness, what? P2000 just absolutely obliterates Fur.
Yeah, that weapon's been amazing this tournament. So crispy in the right hands. It will be early advantage, but still those weakened players, Rain and Nico, have to stay alive here. Olofmeister now have all to do at the B bomb site. He holds that by himself. His teammates rotating towards A, and he's looking to get a bit more information. And there are players towards that connector. They'll open the door momentarily. He'll be ready and waiting for him. There's the opening. How has he managed to pull off that shot? He gets the double. The bomb goes down. It's 3 kills to Olofmeister. He secures the round single-handedly. And the legend returns and shows us what he's made of. That should be a Coldzera might get this frag, but not meant to be. What an epic performance from Olaf.
Unbelievably accurate as they walk out the door. 3 straight pistols to FaZe. That shot, absolutely ridiculous. This battle a bit more awkward, but the final 2 just as good as the first, arguably. What a way to end it. Nothing for FaZe. They'll take control, and what a map to take control on is what we just talked about SK and how good they are on it. Well, now they're starting on the back foot. They'll go with a 3-2 split, with Rain getting aggressive early on. Not surprising at all.
The sick thing about that is Olaf is by himself at the B bomb, so they went for a full A stack and he delivers that sort of performance. Good lord. Well, it's another pistol on the board there for FaZe. And will be the force by, of course, no bomb going down. We'll have 3 rifles here, one of which is the famous, a couple of UMPs to go with it. Towards middle we go, but I won't say this will be an easy round because we saw on Inferno, SK can do a lot with just pistols. All 5 sticking together. It's what we call a contact play. They want to get as close to the bomb site as they can before giving absolutely everything, and pouncing. So it'll be Guardian to spot them first, and as soon as he fires a bullet, that's when they go.
Rain stuck back behind the dumpster, was inside of it, waiting for an angle, but flashed off, had to step wide for a moment. Guardian's found a kill back in, but Bolts has done the same. They're doing damage toward the back stairs as well. Guardian left on 14. Kerrigan's a bit tense to go back toward the site, so an early bomb plant this time from SK. Just a gap in the smoke and a clever boost to try and exploit it. Fortunately for them, Taco is not going to step out of line. Not to be scolded by the principal. As Olaf will work his way in. He's the one with the M4 after all the kills in the previous round. He's gone already. Taco and Fur both stepping up as Nico gets one back, jumping over the truck. Kerrigan is at least there to contribute, but Bolt still has an angle. He's got to stay alive. He can't do it. And Nico knows the kit is in his hands. There's a smoke down. I don't think Fallen realizes he's on it. He doesn't at all, but he still just barely gets him. Just barely. That had to have been about a few ticks away.
Yeah, absolutely. Less than 2 seconds, I think. Nico went for the full defuse, had a bit of smoke to work with there. It was just going down. Fallen holds his nerve. He doesn't aim correctly to begin with, and just about spots the toes. Nico can't do it, and as we said, SK Gaming, you give them pistols, and that's usually enough. 2 scouts into round number 3 for FaZe, and they're forced by the Eagles as well. As you mentioned in the first map, it doesn't really matter what weapons these particular players have got. Just who's going to step up in that round is going to be first so far. Finds Guardian, who went aggressive towards middle, trying to get that opening pick with the aforementioned sniper. Rain lies in wait towards that connect up, and oh my goodness, he delivers another stellar headshot there with the Desert Eagle.
For the first time even in this series, I've seen it so many times, this Fur will walk by. He's going to go aggressive on the Mac 10. Reloads it while running toward the site. He's vulnerable going down to a scout. He's on 28. Not much better off 24, but still has range game to his name. Fallen steps out. AK will work just before the smoke blooms as well. It gives them a chance they wanted to overwhelm the site, but there's no need. Bomb still is comfortably waiting. If it gets too comfortable and too cozy in any position away from a bomb site, Olaf will be hot on their heels. That could well happen. I think Olaf's expecting that they might still be out toward T-stairs, so he's actually going to wait. Continued forward. He pincer them in perfectly. Still, he'll be in position quick enough for a potential retake. It's going to be a tough one with no kits. Pistols and the scout now picked up by Rain to work with. If Rain could find a kill immediately, they might have had a chance at it. Rain does get one on the Deagle, mind you, but it's not immediate. It was Fallen that got the kill previous. It's not going to get the bomb plant in. Fair enough. Olaf's got a scout picked up as well. They're both tagged up. He's going to fancy it. Might as well. The money's going to be in dire straits if he does win this. He knows that it's going to be limited already based on the fact that they won the eco previously. He's going to line up, but Fallen's got a good headshot on the AK.
You can see him. Very difficult shot, remember. They cannot see that yellow outline, and this all blends in there. Nice positioning from the terrorists. They managed to convert 2 rounds in a row, stealing away the second and negating the force by him. Rain, wonderful shot and connector. Takes down bolts, but it wasn't quite enough. Number 4, full eco now for the FaZe side. Nothing really purchased, a PG50 and a CZ75 for Rain. I'll send 5 players towards middle. They're actually going to be focusing on the connector. That's what bolts away to with the AK-47. Imagine the challenges. They haven't got a flashbang to really get around that corner. This nade could hurt.
That could hurt. Did less than I actually thought it would have done. 62 is significant. It looked like it was a bit closer than that even. Cold fluffs the flash. Doesn't quite go for the luminosity style position behind that green picnic table that gives you a linear perspective down inside of the hallway. It's tough to see anyone behind it as well, just due to the textures. Cold will open the door again, though. Guardian's got to be somewhat careful. There. Taco might have to be more careful. He goes down to Rain. Bolts hold a long angle. Careful not to spray too carelessly. Gets 2. It means they're level, but it does open up the AK-47 at the backside of the hallway. Cold can't convert immediately. It's going to make it more awkward as he continues on, but does get Rain in the end.
Yeah, it will be the round confirmed at that point. Sure, it's 2 versus 1. The bomb planted. Carragher's got the AK-47, no kit. They'll just be saving that for the next round. It's with the full eco, remember. They get 3 kills out of this, and they can save an AK-47 as well. That's absolutely fine. They will be buying up into the next round, so not the end of the world. Decent attempt there, saved by coldzera and his Mac 10. He'll farm a decent amount of cash there, 1,200 in the bank. Carragher just wants to try and stay alive here, but we can hear them coming. coldzera wants to hunt this one, and hunt he will do indeed. Manages to find the final frag. It's not the end of the world for FaZe. They do manage to get a full buy here. I'm not sure they can bring out the AWP though. Guardian would be stifled just down to the M4. You can see he had 42.50 into this first gun round here. They have 1 defuse kit. Very difficult round for them. SK with the orb in Fallen's hands. That's where things become very tricky for the CT defense not having an orb of their own. They're going to have to try and fight for this first kill. They can't rest on their laurels. It's going to be Rain and Guardian going for the boost.
Boost with the M4, exactly. Does have good vision, though. He's in fact spotted 2 players going out toward long. Can't land the shots, however. Tough angle. If it was an AWP, give him a chance all day. He'll back off. They'll get away as well, including the boosted player, at least for now. Rain takes some damage to the flames, but he'll burrow in to the stairwell instead. Send Fallen's off back over in the same direction to see if he can clear. Nice lineup. Great shot to take down Burt. Tag through the wall to 13. I think except actually the head through the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. More hit him, but he's got the opening pick, and you can see, once again, same mentality as Inferno. You get that opening kill, you're falling back, you're setting up the crossfires towards the A-bomb, so they had to work hard for that first kill, knowing they don't really have the utility to hold them off, don't have that AWP, so now a 5-4, that is enough to hold off an execution now, and that's going to come in any second now. The smokes will be deployed. They've only got flashbangs to try and slow them down here.
Smokes to land. All on the right side, nothing on the left. Could make straight contact. Fallen still holds with the op at range. Now force Kerrigan out. He doesn't mind being forced out because he's got the bomb down as well. Good find on Taco. What's off behind? Fight fire with fire. As he takes down 2, Rain sneaks in behind, perfectly timed. Bomb goes down, and they'll clean it up before the time expires. It's 2 rounds to FaZe.
All off the back of that pick from Guardian. Known to be a rifler, but he certainly steps up there. FaZe stabilized their position now on Overpass. Great work from Kerrigan. He strikes at the perfect time. You can feel the execution coming through. That's the shot that really counts. Goldterra taken down. Pre-fires the planter. With 10 seconds remaining, they stood no chance there. SK will force into round number 6 here. They've got 1 AWP, the AK-47, 3 pistols. It's always enough when an AWP like Fallen has his primary weapon available. Spots one jumping, doesn't get to pull the trigger just yet. He likes to work up towards shore, but maybe not so much anymore, Matt. He's going to take the nades to the face and down to 10 HP.
Yeah, not very welcoming. Stays behind the smoke to see if they will get that direction covered off. He's still inside of B. Money has been a factor in both games, even though we jokingly said it arguably wasn't a factor in the last game based on how many rounds were won with less weapon. Less firepower investment. He's going to keep the AWP with the 11 HP, and you don't blame him. He's capable of finding shots on any situation, any given time. And let Fur and Cold take charge with him. Cold actually going to swap with Fur because he has the head armor with the AK, so that if he takes a long pick against an M4, it won't be as punishing. Good shot. That's exactly what we were talking about. Top of the rock, Fallen's able to find Guardian immediately on the peak. That'll get them a lot closer, and I imagine they'll go on the back of this as well. They already had information with contact toward B that there was at least 2 players there with the nade stack. Chances are there still would be with a single pick. Good find from Rain. Default denial, and the fact that they're going in isolated. He could have potentially got more than one. Kerrigan again from behind the box. He's going to swing out. Same play. Opposite side is slightly better this time as well, as he gets Cole bomb down, and he can see the shoulder. He'll make no mistake.
Oh, now then, Kerrigan stepping up 2 rounds in a row, the in-game leader. Not known for high-octane frags like that, but he denies absolutely everything. Strikes once again, and it's a little bit clumsy from SK. Why is no one covering the bomb at all? They allow him to come round and find all 3 kills. Take nothing away, though, from Kerrigan. This was wonderful. 4 kills for him. He shuts it down. Another eco for SK. It seemed like FaZe have cracked the code. All to speed Eagles here. CZ's with Glock for Taco. 3-3. Full balance, but almost certainly going to be 4-3 in favor of the CZs. No nades, no armor. And Fallen desperately looks for an opening pick with this Desert Eagle.
Boost again for Olaf. He's going to stare down. Short pipe. More and more teams going back to the boost rather than the jump. We don't have to talk about that. He's got Kerrigan. Or rather, excuse me. It is Kerrigan. Watching to his left in case anyone were to walk in from sandbags. Off guard. Olaf takes down Bolts easily. Melts him with the AK, considering he doesn't have any armor and just the pistols to work with.
Indeed. Well, that's the first pick coming in. He can drop the boost now. Don't have to hunt for the frags, hold the crossfires. Unlikely they have grenades or any real firepower here. Run that time down, make them commit. Start to deploy the utility in a timely manner. Smoke after smoke. Use the incendiaries as well. It might seem like a waste against just these pistols, right? But you just want to make sure that bomb doesn't go down. It costs a lot to keep dropping incendiaries, but you just want to deny absolutely everything.
Well timed from Olaf. They will deny everything. Kerrigan starting to feed off the crowd.
That's what he does best.
Oh, absolutely. You'll see him in timeouts, you'll see him in freeze time, you'll see him at clutches.
Remember, this is his home crowd as well. We're in Denmark, the last Dane standing in the tournament. He's in the grand final and performing like a beast.
Frags for him, 10 for Olaf. potential with the windows blown out early. Carrigan again, one to do the boosting as Guardian wants to get aggressive. He's in front of the flames, but he's gone too far. Overcommitted to it. That was a massive blunder from Guardian.
It's either you're in or you're out. You can't think about it for a couple of seconds and then try and commit after that. You had to go straight away. Disappointing from Guardian. He's giving it up for free.
Off wants the op instead. He'll throw his AK back so that he has it to fall back on. Doesn't want to give it away by any means. Guardian would have been all the way around the corner looking to short pipe for a fast pick if he could. We know Guardian does like fast picks early in rounds. Dust 2 Catwalk's a famous one that he used to rely on. Window, Mirage jumping down. Off maybe not quite as prone at going so aggressive with the AWP. Will eventually smoke off the angle and fall back.
We'll have to now.
Flash toward water. Even with that AK beside him, he still wants to hold on to the AWP. The boost at Bathrooms will be given up. Rain's going to be left there. Kerrigan needs to check long. It's the only place they don't have any info. Well, to be fair, they don't have a lot of information, but it's the only place they have absolutely nothing to work with. It's off toward barrels. Nico's going to stay there anyway. He's burning alive as well. Bolts takes down Nico straight up with damage afterwards, and he's going to follow that by getting Olaf, who stayed on the AWP, got one on Fur. Now it's cold to find Rain, and just Kerrigan remaining does walk back in. Bolts is ready for it.
Wanted to try and deny that bomb again. You can see Kerrigan storming in towards the bomb site, drops the HE to weaken at the planter, but not enough there, I'm afraid. It was Guardian that went down in a very disappointing manner. Oliver will push through flames there, but he wanted to do it. Pulls a knife out, tries to retreat, then thought twice about it, couldn't make his mind up when he got burnt alive. I haven't seen that in quite a long time, but it's the grand final. Mistakes will be made from time to time. Double orb setup this time with Guardian and Olofmeister as we head into round number 9. Money's still a bit of an issue here for both teams, in fact, as Guardian or Olofmeister to say attempts another wallbang there, not going to land. Looking for this first pick. Knows that Fallen likes to walk around this corner time and time again. But Taco's helped himself towards Monster. Nails the first shot at the same time against the AWP. It's Taco with the double kill. The B bomb site has been cracked open, and presumably the bomb will be recovered from T-Spawn. That's going to be round. You can see the city's just saving already. That's done. Taco's done it.
What a phenomenal anticipation of crosshair placement, knowing that he was going to leave the smoke behind the barrels, and he'd be halfway down the ramp. Tough to guess where the head would be, but he nails it as well. Nico goes down on your right. Save already. So another round going to SK. What a recovery, considering it looked like the economy was all but gone.
Yeah, that's so sick. He finds Olofmeister in transition from short. Contact player takes a lot of balls to walk in by himself with no utility. Sneaks past, gets one. The second shot towards Nico as well was just brilliant. Such a scary combo on the B bombs at the same time. Olofmeister and Nico ready and waiting for you on a full buy. Taco, not known as the biggest fragger for SK, completely wrecks both of them. They'll hide all the weaponry, deny that all being picked up. They don't want a secondary op on the T side. Guardian, Rain, and Kerrigan will just hold up towards long. Great round from Taco. You have to say, man, this has been one of his standout tournaments.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. First map as well, even though, again, they didn't win it. His performance in Pit was astounding. It was textbook clinic. He was very efficient. He held the angles. He knew what kills were required from him.
Yeah. That's exactly right. He's not looking for the highlight clip moments. He's looking to win rounds. That one Yankee highlighted in the pip. It was just perfectly played. Didn't want to go for the flashy four-man spray down. He's got the kills coming towards him. Stay alive as long as possible. And this round, that is flashy. That's world class right there. That's really, really good. 3 players survive, and Nico and Olofmeister, interestingly enough, will not force buy to this. They want to keep the money strong, so they're going to try and win the round with Guardians, AWP, 2 M4s. Olof will get a deagle. Over here, and this is a very common boost with AWPers. Flashbang sometimes prevalent, but not this time. But he'll be taken down. They can try and recover that AK-47 with the smokes and flashbangs. We'll see if that's a thing. As Nico is there with absolutely nothing, just to silence USP. He knows he wants to try and get that weapon. They're going to try and recover it right now. As Fallen battles towards long. They have got the AK-47 just to note, and the CTs are doing this. Kerrigan, who's been so good so far, holds by the first rock and gets caught with his nade out. Wanted to try and buy some time there with the incendiary. Actually levels the playing field to a 3-on-3, but Olofmeister makes his way towards T-Spawn.
This could be big. No armor. Again, we're seeing a team with not much to work with Clawway. It just shows you the individual skill available for these 10 players. Taco might get caught out if he's not careful. Olaf likes to go the other way instead, so hold that thought for now. this becomes slightly scary for SK because, oh, he spotted him, but he didn't have the timing round. Right. If Guardian finds a pick here and Olaf's already pushed up, he'll be able to strike. Especially if Guardian can continue to at least contain them. He didn't quite get the first kill, but stairwells to beacons. Nice shot again from Taco.
Yeah, he's looking absolutely incredible with the AK-47 right now. 3-on-2 and Olafmeister coming in for the flank. This has to be it. They're going to have a chance of winning the round. He has to deny the bomb. He'll have a chance now, but they're actually going to be planting safe. That's very intelligent from SK Gaming. But Nico stepping up with the silenced USP of all weapons. The bomb will not be planted. It all gets lost in the smoke. Can he deny it? He can't. It goes down, but Olafmeister's still here.
The fact, oh, no! Cold! He's taking out Taco in the smoke. He's gotten confused. He lost track. And the fact that the bomb actually went down and they had to change the plant meant Olaf lost track of it, but now he's got a chance back into it. Oh my goodness.
Oh!
I was gonna say, Olaf is the type of player you'd expect him to just hold that down, but Cold makes no mistake the second time around. That got awkward.
Yeah, there's a team kill, the AWP there. Fair enough, it got very, very scrappy. It was Nico with the silenced USP and the no-scope.
I don't know if that was as much confusion or just chaos.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. He'll still be smiling about it. He wins the round. He gets the shot through the smoke, luckily. First bullet. It's a technical timeout at this point.
Just thought I'd point that out. I saw it typed in the server. Everyone's actually laughing about that round and the shot specifically from Cold. Both sides of them having a good little giggle about it. But 6-4, SK does have the lead still on the T side. And whatever the technical gremlin was, it's already gone, so don't worry, we are back underway. I'd like to keep it that way because this game has been excellent so far, just as the first map was.
Oh, you're absolutely right there. Remember, we didn't really purchase much at all there on the CT side. They will be able to bring a buy here. Not the greatest. They have got the rifles available, but one kit, limited utility. They can't really justify a pick a top of middle or just the M4A4. Holds to defend the attack on the connector. Prefer aggressive as ever. Punished for it this time. Olafmeister showing some great form so far on Overpass. Still getting the first pick. Rain chimes in as well. 5-on-3 as quick as that. They had to show at a more aggressive stance at this point. They only had the rifles, no AWP, limited utility, and it's worked tremendously well.
Across smoke gap, but no one there. Just checking into it. Pick back immediately. Olaf's going to retreat. He'll get away. Getting away from Taco in doing so, who tries to take over the same position inside of the water. Cold will join Fallen. And now the decision is, which bomb site? 3 players, 2 smokes. Molotov now extinguished.
Get it building up. The final play will be towards the B bomb site. SK still have time to work with it in terms of grenades, 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs. They have the AWP. It's down to Fallen to really open things up, or maybe Taco can find some more amazing AK form, but not this time. Taken down by Olaf, 5-on-2. Surely that's the round concluded. It looks like it's a clean sweep for FaZe. A difficult buy here. 5 M4s, 1 kit, no nades, and they managed to make it work towards that connector. They get the frags done. Olafmeister looking very, very good today.
Super solid. Back within 1 round. Does still have the AWP to work with. I thought Rain, just that camera angle wasn't moving in spawn. I thought we might have an issue, so I wasn't getting too excited or getting into the round just in case we weren't going to get underway, but no, we are certainly fine. He is moving around and in position already, a passive position at that. As Fallen already gets toward the fountain, they'll check bathroom, smoke it off in fact, and that'll allow Fallen to get a little bit deeper and perhaps cover in front of the doorways instead.
Indeed. Just a note. SK clutching at straws there. Bolts with just a CZ. There are the AKs there, but no Molotovs really to speak of. Well, there are no nades whatsoever. It's up to Fallen to try and open things up. You know the tendencies of Guardian where he likes to play, but Olafmeister is not messing around here. He wants to take every single duel available to him. Mid-control gathered though. SK have connector within their grasp. Middle as well. They haven't got towards the bathrooms just yet. They know what kind of monster dwells within them. That's going to be Rain. Bombs still down in T-spawn, so no commitment will be just yet. Just trying to open things up. There's Fallen. A chance. He will actually hit Guardian down to 49.
Fallen, meanwhile, will We'll transition back toward long instead. Close position, Rain flashed around, falling with an AWP will do nothing. Nothing from that close with no vision. Fur wants to go hunting after him, but he's in the corner, smoke down, isolates the angle, and still Rain finds the shot. Bolt can trade it all he likes, but there's still a man down, and they're running out of time, 19 seconds. Could argue perhaps they're one better than the last round. I thought Guardian had that all day. Kerrigan certainly does. Again, he's going to deny them the plant. 10 seconds. Cold's not going to be able to pull this off. In fact, he realizes the time, and he's going to try and run. And if he holds here with 1 kill, even against Kerrigan, which he's missed, he's done, he's gone. And it's after the time. He's got to stay alive. Olaf's on his heels.
Yep, 0 money there for coldzera. If you die after the timer, you get absolutely nothing. That suggests it will be potentially a full eco here for SK Gaming. Kerrigan, what an absolute unit he's been on the A bomb site. That's a difficult position to play. Usually one and done, but he gets both frags there. And if we bring out the MP9 into round number 13, 6-6. This was such a difficult map going into it for FaZe. They won an Inferno, but not many people had too much confidence with them on this. But they're getting it done after losing the second round force by 3 rounds in a row against them. They're looking incredibly sharp now, and Rain taking no prisoners towards playground. Same story for Kerrigan. That's the bomb going down. He wants to fire with this MP9. He'll only get 1. Doesn't give too much away. That's absolutely fine. Meister, just relentless from short. Doing damage. A couple of kills coming through, and that's going to get the round concluded.
Spray. The door might be open, but it's not an open invitation. FaZe find 7 and take the lead. They have not had at all this game. Actually, I take that back. That had a 4-3. What am I saying? Then it was pulled back, so it has been a little bit more back and forth than my memory can recall, but even still, it's the frag distribution that blows my mind in all of this. The fact that it's 7-6. Taco leads the way with score points. With kills, it's 9 for Bolts. On the other side, it's 17 for Olaf.
The execution coming through, a force by of sorts. All in through Monster Tunnel. It's going to be the first kill for Reino. Nice boost, but they have got the B bomb site. It's up to Nika to try and deny anything. He's got players in front of him. Spoiled for choice, but doesn't pull the trigger. It's down to Olaf Meister once again. He's delivering headshots over, not for long. Olaf Meister through the smoke. It seems like it's an absolute brawl here on the B bomb side. 2-on-2 for now.
Fur's positioning's massive. The fact that he's taken over the stairwells and there's contact made behind, they're going to run this to A. And Fur's done enough to hold that off. But Olaf elects to rotate back around toward long. Typically in a panic, both players would rotate immediately behind the T's and try and find position. Olaf's going to catch them off. Fur's going to have no idea. This is so perfect. AWP staring at bathrooms. Oh, there is it! It just barely looked back in time, and Olaf goes down. Rain has to clutch at 36 HP. Full arsenal of utility and a kit. But he's already smoked off on 1 choke point. I think he's going to go right through that because he knows they're going to be looking elsewhere, expecting that smoke's going to keep them safe. It will not. I said last time Rain was in a final that a dark cloud conceals Rain. It doesn't conceal him this time. He walks straight through, and he's got Fallen as well. He's got a defuse. What a play.
Hook, line, and sinker for Rain. He drops the smoke, taps the bomb. Fallen takes the bait. He comes in wildly swinging the knife. Oh, and Rain, he just executes it, makes him look foolish. That's just brilliant. You can see Fallen just thinks that's it. He's diffusing in that smoke. And it takes 1 bullet there. Absolutely phenomenal from Rain. After Sinai Fur had done enough towards long. That kill on Olaf Meister, he thought that was enough. But oh no. I'm afraid not. FaZe will be winning the half here. There is money available with the bomb going down. Fur, aggressive of course, wants to try and find that first pick, but we're at 1 minute 35 now. We've got 2 smokes, 1 flashbang. That's it for SK. This is not looking good. What a clutch that was. Brilliant for Rain.
36 HP, and he knew exactly what the smoke meant.
Yeah.
2 players on an open site, 1 smoke, that's not going to hold me. I'm going to go through that. They're not going to be looking at it at all, and he reads it perfectly. Already in. So aggressive stance to the front side of bathrooms without Fallen getting anywhere near peeking. Round 15, all in from SK, and it's 5 AK-47s. That's good enough for Cole, but not for Fallen, because Guardian with the AWP wins that battle easily.
The double orbs is actually a massive problem for SK. We talked about that lack of utility, and Olaf Meister helps himself to another frag towards short. They can't execute, they can't choke out these Orpers. They're going to just be picking them off and trying to find shots wherever they can. 4 versus 3 now. FaZe looking for the 9-6. It's very promising. That smoke probably used towards heaven or the bomb site itself to try and get the bomb down. Waiting for any CTs to show Another move towards short. That's where the bomb is. 2 players over Monster Tunnel. That's going to be Taco and Coldzera. Taco's been so good at opening up this bomb site. Does a bit of damage, but can't find the shot.
Changes his angle because Nico wants to be the one to get aggressive on Catwalk. He's found by Taco just over top of the ramp. That lets Bolts get in, and he has the plant position. Does what he can to try and compensate for that. Nade as well. Peek from Kerrigan. He tries to bait him out. He reads it well. Taco's got the better shot. So does Cold. It's Guardian that's still in the round. 2 kills. He had the first, and so far the last for FaZe, and it will be the last of the half for FaZe, not for Bolts and SK. They'll find the 7th round. And once again, we split the opening half.
Yeah, this is absolutely phenomenal. I'm really enjoying this grand final so far. It's living up to expectations. 4 spies are plenty. The clutches are there. The 200 IQ plays are just happening almost every single round. I'm loving this, and I'm sure it will continue. You'll have to find out, though, after we take this quick break. Do not go anywhere.
Everything is wonderful if you're looking from the right side. Life is gonna turn around. You can smile, but you can't hide. Put your mouth where your money is. Keep on sharing what you don't.
Yet another half between 2 legendary teams, split 8-7. Second time that FaZe has the lead on it. And it's a pistol that's been a problem, or all the pistols for that matter, that's been the problem for SK. They need to find this, otherwise they go down 4-0 in pistols, and I can't imagine, even in a best of 5, recovering from a series in which you don't win any pistols for that matter, but let alone the first 4.
Still anyone's game here. It's FaZe that leads for now, though. 8-7 as they switch over to the T side. They're going to have the Molotov, the smoke, and looks like they're heading towards a B bomb site. Nice little run boost there. They'll be smoking straight away. They're all in. Smoking towards the bomb site. Flashes to go in. This is a very defensive hold from Taco in the B bomb site. He'll be smoked out, presumably, and they'll be flanking in from T spawn. Smoke's missed, though, Matt. Oh, goodness.
They get one more toward the window, and Taco is covered off eventually. Bomb will go down.
That's no good. Luckily, it's an open site.
Yeah, thankfully as well.
Oh, I love this so much.
If they can get Rain there in time, but yes, this could catch them off. Who's going to go? Rain wants to stay down. He'll put Olaf
So
up.
sick.
And the fact that he's up there, no one's there, means he can also turn this around and look back the other direction. Fur, first to the flank to arrive. He's got Bolts with him. Kerrigan as well is trying to watch off the door where Cold is. And if pistols have been the problem for SK, they're going to get no easier with a bomb already down, especially, as you say, with Olaf inside of the window. Fur and Cold, though, are finding it. In fact, Olaf's gone down. That's the opposite of what I said, Henry.
Okay, well, a clean sweep. The analyst talked about the retake potential, especially in this B bomb site on Overpass, and that's a demonstration of how powerful it actually can be. Not even requiring a kit there. They find an open B bomb site. They boost a player up towards heaven, and they don't find a single frag. It was messy to begin with. That missed smoke wasn't actually a big deal, but the fact they get nothing out of that, with an open site, they can set up the crossfires. They have every choke point under their control, and it's not enough. Very disappointing from FaZe. He said SK needed some pistols. That's not too bad at all. Clean sweep. But the bomb does go down. It means AK's come out in the third. They're not force buying here at all in the second round. They get a couple of PG-50s, make it 3. But not only 1 rifle for SK. Usually most teams will prepare for the AKs in the third and try and get the FAMASs, the M4s out now, so they're ready for the AK-47s. And FaZe, they'll be patient here. This is a chance to discuss what they're going to do next round without using a timeout and see if anyone's going to be impatient. Like players like Fur, who like to push middle and get a bit aggressive towards T-spawn. It looks like he's got a bit of discipline today. He'll be holding back. I'm sure he's had a chat with Fallen. They have lost this map recently, and arguably not just by teams knowing that he's pushing middle all the time relentlessly. They'll hold up and just wait for him. So he doesn't want to give anything away here, especially on this round. He'll keep 5 players alive, and FaZe will just be discussing the options for round number 18.
Definitely just going to sit back and talk.
Now they're going to flash middle, hoping that Fur's in that position by the fountain.
Get one kill, get a gun.
Yeah, but no one's there for him.
I'll do it anyway. Here's the first to make contact, but he's in front of the bathrooms near the site. And they're going to stop. It's a marathon now, a bit of a race. Rain wins the race, but loses the war. I think that's how that would go. Fur's going to follow that up and take down Olaf as well. Fallen has to be somewhat cautious of the fact that every long he's got company. He's got to think as well. Back away. Yes, that's the right direction to go because you bring in Bolts and you bring, if needed, Fur back into it. Bolts does the work instead. He's going to take the lead. At least for now, because the early buy means only one thing.
Oh yes, AK-47s across the board. FaZe will be able to have a little bit of utility in the form of 1 smoke so far. Olaf Meister working out what does he need to buy UMP here potentially. He gets 1 flashbang the AK instead. So opting for more power here instead of the tactics. They'll go towards long. That makes sense. They know they're up against the SMGs. There won't be MVP as of yet. Go towards long, try and out-aim your opposition. Guardian to lead the charge here. No one towards long whatsoever. It's going to be Fallen and Fur holding the A-bomb. So along with Bolts as well.
Flash around and Gordian and Olaf check bathrooms together. Fallen at this range with the UMP. I think he just spotted the shoulder and smartly won't peek again. I was going to say against the AKs it's going to be a bit troublesome. Keep it away from that position for now. They've got a presence at the A side. They brought Bolts back early. They're playing behind the default box with the M4. Smoke down at least to hold them off temporarily. That's the only smokes they've got on the SK side. They've already deployed the rest, which is favorable for FaZe. Fur. I know he's close, but the Molotov pushes Rain back. He doesn't want to commit because he would have been alone. Olaf couldn't have done anything to trade off of it. Wouldn't have been there in time. Just trying to time it, Rain, to get back in position. And yeah, he knows Rain plays on the garbage, but it doesn't really matter if Rain hits shots like that, or excuse me, Fur. UMP, Fallen's got the same weapon, he'll get baited back into it, but he's got to fall off. He hasn't made it around the corner, but thankfully Bolts hits the shot on Kerrigan. It gives him the chance to do so.
Yeah, you can see the problem with not having the smokes, the flashbangs to work with here. They've tried to face check angles, and they're taking down 1 by 1, 15 seconds remaining here. Surely they've got no chance of winning this, but Nico is alive, trying to pre-fire angles, but is taken down 1 by 1. It's a very clean round there for SK Gaming. They had the UMPs, the MP9s, and 1 rifle to work with. Bolts managing to do absolutely everything there as he upgrades to an AK-47, and Eco to come in from FaZe, and here's Bolts. Just timing it to perfection, finding everyone in front of him, and there's no smokes down, there's no Molotovs to make them feel uncomfortable. They try to make a contact play, it just doesn't work out for them whatsoever. Glocks, Deagle, and a PG-50, no armor, no nades to speak of. This is the chance for Coldzera especially to farm some cash with that MP9. Fur up and about with the M4, trying to pick off the head of Rain. Not going to do any damage, but he will fall back.
Still looking to clear out the bottom of the connector. So the early buy not paying off gives SK a chance to build
Considerable wealth. And winning around like that is unbelievably good.
Next map is Mirage. That's guaranteed. And Train and Cash if required. Rain tries to hit the deagle shot on a jumping player inside of the site, but yep, exactly, for when you least expect it. And 2 in front of him immediately. Maybe even 3 if Nico gets into the open. He's got Guardian now as well, but he jumps just across. Yeah, this is a shooting gallery at this point. Nico can't move because he's got players in the front of the site staring him down as well. Olaf's going to try and come back to help, but good luck.
Even Rain said in the pre-game interview that even though you know Fur's going to push behind you, he's always there in the right position. 3 kills after they get their opening pick. There's still a chance in this round, but with 23 seconds now, it's unlikely to get much more than maybe just saving the M4 on the AK-47 here. And we'll go for it. They'll have one more chance to try and close this round out, but I'm not really believing it's possible.
There to go. Skilled players, they'll never give up, but they've got skilled opposition, and Bolts and Cold shut it down 11 now. For SK, it's interesting how picking up that 1 M4 after getting Fur down instantly switched things. But he certainly did show up at the right time. It was Nico that got the shot in the end. Now the money is back in the hands of FaZe, and specifically in the hands of Guardian. Big investment for the big gun. Cold being the one to have it this time as well for SK. So again, he takes the primary op role for at least this round. So used to seeing Fallen in that position, and in fact, Fallen going double support because he'll boost Cold. Now what that suggests is perhaps with Cold boosted to look toward the short tunnel is that if he doesn't get that shot, he can give the gun back immediately to Fallen, and I imagine that happens now.
Indeed it will. Fallen will go back to primary orb. 4 players at the B-bomb side for now. It's Fur alone. Not pushing towards middle until he holds at the bomb site. FaZe very tentative right now. You can see they're very wary that the presence of Fur could be around towards the fountain. Long A party. I'll use a smoke to give them some positional control towards middle. Flashbang in the air to push off Fallen, who's potentially at the flower bed, but no one there whatsoever. Less than a minute remaining now. They still have 3 smokes and Molotovs. Fallen, though, quite confident now. Buys a little bit more time towards short. The nice smoke deployed at the 50-second mark.
Rotate back around the op. Trying to anticipate the play and be ahead of it all over the map at this point in time. The boost and then brief check from Sandbags. Now back over toward A. That'll rotate a rifle back. Nice bullets goes into a passive position instead. Not all the way around yet. Starts it off at bathrooms again. He finds Olaf. Guardian smoked off, but they want to go through it. The smoke's dissipating just as Taco flashes himself in. Perfect timing, finds one. They know he's gone to the left. Kerrigan goes to the apex jump and finds the shot in return. Cold's got to be somewhat careful behind the pillar. Times it well. Bomb drop with 4 seconds. Round done. Guardian wants to save the AWP. 12-8 for SK.
FaZe is getting nothing done there whatsoever. They were so scared of the middle presence coming through. They ran the timer down so low. Fur goes investigating towards middle, hits the first shot at the party position, funnels them in towards that B-bomb side, but losing every single kill. SK looking very comfortable now. This is their map pick for a reason. Their CT side has been impeccable so far. 5-0 in their favor. Maximum loss bonus for the FaZe clan. They'll bring out the AWP and AK-47. They are all in. Rain will have to go down to just a CZ to ensure they have at least some utility. A Guardian of our head armor. It's a tactical timeout just to work out how they can make this round a reality. Haven't really seen the execution potential of FaZe just yet. Working the defaults, trying to be methodical, but it's working against them for now. Taco continues his strong form. He bolts at the very top of the score with 18 kills there. Olaf Meister posted 1 kill so far in this half, after finishing on a 21 in the first.
It's over from the bench. Can't quite land despite spotting Olaf on the other side. It's Fallen that needs to be key in hitting a shot when they walk out. Does lag. Rain, in fact, takes him down to 6 HP. Intimidating. Well, it's not a kill in itself, and that means Guardian's still going to try and take position away from the fact that Fallen has to fall away. For time, the flash gets taken down, however, by Kerrigan. Nico's there to find Taco immediately after. Bolts is going to try and compensate by getting himself toward the flower pot. Another flash perhaps from Fallen. No, just straight contact. And he goes down as well.
He had to try and go for it. He lost 2 players that unlikely a third would be possible, but it seems like Arrogant 1 step ahead of the game now. 5-on-2 looking for their first round on the T side here. Should be 12-9 at this point. Fallen and Coldzera do absolutely everything they can though. Fallen holds like a turret on the A side, but they're heading towards B. Cold, one of the absolute best. Surely can't make this a possibility. Gets the first, he needs at least 2 more here to allow Fallen to attempt the retake. It won't happen. Nico takes him down, and Fallen will have no choice but to save the AWP. Will have plenty of cash to work with here. If he can get himself in a position, maybe watching towards short, get a couple of kills and exit, that will just keep the FaZe clan modest. Decides to go for the more defensive approach and fall all the way back here. Fallen on 8 kills, but so far the second half has been brilliant. Towards long they went. Seemed like the flashbang for Fur in the bathrooms, that was spot on, but couldn't find the shot. A double kill came through. Fallen might even lose the AWP. It's going to be up to Carrigan to hold him at bay. It's difficult without Carrigan's got to hit the shot. Just about gets away with it with 1 HP. In-game leaders going at it. North goes down. Double AWP set up this time though. SK Gaming with Fallen and Coldzera. Nice clean round there from FaZe. Haven't really seen the tactic though still. It's another default that goes in their favor this time. Hit the shots towards long after SK attempted the flash retake. Need to win 2 more rounds to even think about getting SK onto an eco. Here he comes though. This is the man and the sort of plays we'll be discussing towards that fountain.
Very close. He always is out in this direction. He finds the kill. He's in the open now. Thankfully for him, there's no one around to trade off of that. It would have been no man's land otherwise.
Even when you know he's going to be there. Guardian. He seems to find the shots. This Guardian will be taken down by Coldzera. The double AWP setup. This is the harsh reset. No bomb will be going down here. Pushing towards middle. Finds Olaf Meister and all hell breaks loose. Fallen starts to chime in. He'll give the AWP over to Fur, who is low HP, and they just want to try and keep all 5 players alive. They're happy for Rain and Nico to survive. Forced them into a difficult decision to make it to the next round. 39 almost guaranteed at that stage. It's the second map of our best of 5.
Backing away. Rain can't even find a different angle, can't even find any better approach. Cold's already found him through Monster. Just Nico, 42 seconds. And a 1 versus 5. Just what will be a second round loss bonus. We put them in position to force. Kerrigan's going to be quite limited. I imagine he tries to save this AK. It's always tough to save when there's more than 30 seconds left.
Yeah, absolutely. He knows his teammates only get $1,400 into the next round per player. Nico can drop 1 AK exactly, as you can see. He's got 2,700. That's enough for 1 rifle. He can drop that. His teammates could bring out CZs and armor. They can't really allow SK to have a clean run of this and get to 14-9.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah, it's a tough position to be in. Thankfully, due to the SK position as well, they couldn't afford to really go hunting, so he was safe enough to hold it, but they're going to call the pause. Tactical from Kerrigan, not surprising at all because they have to discuss this. And you're right in saying, excuse me, that it was 1 round, so just the 1,400. Extremely harsh reset.
So they will take the pause here. Is it worth the force buy? Nico can drop 1 AK. That is it. He's already brought over a smoke and Molotov in the previous round. Do they let SK get 14-9, or do they fight now? I would say with the AK up, I would take maybe a partial buy. I wouldn't go all in. I think we call that the tactical purchase usually. It's obviously not purchased into the round, but 1 AK surrounded by Deagles.
Wow, they're being disciplined.
It could be enough to win. If Nico get the opening.
Well, bomb plant's essential as well because it would be 1,900 plus 800 if they get that down at the very least. Which easily puts them in a position to buy. And now that they haven't bought into it, I was going to say even if they forced, you could do partial and be right back into it afterward, but that would put it up to 15 rounds potentially, and they don't want to do that. They're going to try and keep this close rather than be confident in their skills. So the 1 AK.
That's in a bit off.
Yeah, and I was going to say again the exact same boost for Cold. Pretty straightforward. Olaf was just waiting in front of the flames before he went down.
Oof. Chance.
Bolts to go down to Rain. Shuts the door behind him, and then they try to spray through, but he'll walk back out toward the bathrooms instead. Fallen each on an AWP. Nico's not gone aggressive toward either side. In fact, he's still just holding at connector. Rain will be the only one that's really searching for information, and he'll do so over toward A long. Once again flirts with it. And here comes Fur. Once more aggressive. Misses the first few shots. Has to reset. Thankfully has the presence of mind to reset the aim of the M4 because that could have been costly to go down. And now it's just Guardian and Nico, and that AK still up. May stay that way.
Absolutely. Well, 30 seconds remain. Nico wants to just hold that weapon, but Fur can hear him coming. Should be quite an easy shot, but Nico does find one. He'll take considerable damage down. There's an opening for Guardian. This just got interesting with 20 seconds remaining.
Certainly did, because AK's picked up. Nico has armor, and Guardian has the AWP. Bolts has the headshot onto him. That'll put him down, and Taco's arrived in time. That could have been very interesting, you're right.
Yeah, especially with Bolts getting tagged up there. If Guardian pulls out the pistol, could have been enough. But this is the play they went for. They didn't force into the previous round. They allowed it to get to 14-9. SK now in touching distance of closing out Overpass. Their map pick. FaZe will have the AWP for the first time here on the T side. 3 AKs and Carrigan's UMP. Double orb setup still rings true for the SK side. But hasn't been hyper aggressive, but he goes towards long A this time. By the first rock, he could be flashed over. This could be brilliant if the timing's there. Bolt's actually not there to support him. He's there by himself, almost in no man's land. Carrigan lies in wait, just the UMP to try and hold him off.
Off is definitely aware. I've seen this before from so many teams that stare and wait for Fur, and yet they never seem to get it right.
That's the thing. They know he's going to be coming at some point, but the timing always works in his favor. For now, those Bolts fighting in the bathrooms. Olofmeister still watching it like a hawk. He knows there's potential. The Fur will walk around the corner. Here comes a shot. Surely the execution, but it's still, we can't find him. Every single time Fur comes out on top in that position, and it will be the 4-on-3.
And that was even better because taking down Bolts in bathroom, they knew they isolated Fur if he was there. And then Olaf even anticipated, all right, well, he's probably just going to continue on then. And still can't win it. And it's the man advantage to SK. Fallen's missed a crucial shot. Thankfully, Nico didn't take him down with a better shot back from the AK. It brings Taco around. He finds Nico.
Yeah, that's great. Really nice stuff there. Fallen, perfect smoke. His teammate comes and bails him out. This should be a map point coming in. It's up to Fallen to find the last incision. And the bomb goes down. Guardian 4 versus 1. Nothing he can do here. And Fallen starts to find some incredible form. And Fur, you just can't believe it, can you? We couldn't have built it up any better there. The fact that all of my sisters watching that angle the entire time. He knows it's coming, and still Fur outduels him there. 15-9. FaZe have to force by here. Not as many crazy rounds on Overpass, especially in the second half. It's been a very one-sided affair. It's currently 8-1 in the second half in favor of SK. Potential final buy here for FaZe with 4 pistols. Carrigan with the UMP. Like you said, we move on to Mirage next, and it looks like we'll be splitting the series so far at 1-1. I don't see them recovering this.
Be a tough order to do so, specifically without any weapons to do exactly that. And keep in mind, we did say SK's been very, very good at Overpass. Battered Misfits yesterday. In fact, they did the same in the group stages, and they were slouch against pretty much everyone they played on it.
Not many teams can come close to them right now. It's a good attempt by FaZe in the first half. They actually won the first half, but the CT defense of SK has been impeccable. Rushing towards short. Did it go through the flames here? Surely not. They'll have to wait. Zero just jumping, trying to get some intel. We'll spot 3. That's his cue to deploy a smoke.
Molotov's over. Smokes down. Tons of smokes means Bolts can't get a lineup. When they do drop in, he's got to reload. Fortunately, there's no time to do so because Carrigan's already on him and Nico's already on Taco. Definitely a fast-paced entrance and a confusing smoke lineup, but it certainly took away the angle from Bolts. Very minor gap to work with in that smoke, and I highly doubt anyone's going to walk forward enough for Cole to take advantage of it. Good find from Guardian as well. And this round might just slip away. Double up. Not a chance on a retake, I don't think.
I feel like these are the sort of rounds where FaZe will find most of the success. Set pieces off the bat. Instead of trying to duel with the timings and solid setup of SK. Let's just get the smokes down there. Allow our top players just to get in as a group and start hitting AK-47 headshots. This time they've done it with pistols. And we'll find double digits, but it's going to take an absolute monster of a performance here to take it to overtime. 5 rounds in a row after this one. Looks like Fallen will try and cause some last-minute damage here, but the pause will come through.
I have a feeling I know what this is about. If you did see Cold when he was taken down, the flash came through, but it landed behind him. He wasn't fully blinded, but he wasn't moving. And they've just said a monitor turned off. Now, I doubt this will cause any complications in the round because it was late in the round. They were in a 2 versus 4.
Yes.
And it was essentially done, but they just have to fix Cold's PC. I had a feeling he was standing there. Even though you're blind, you're typically trying to move and keep yourself alive.
You know whereabouts you are. You can still take
I was
an
actually
educated guess.
I was surprised not to see the call sooner, to be honest. So, but 15-10, that will stay.
So a technical timeout. Like we said, though, double digits for FaZe. They do find somewhat of a lifeline there towards the B bomb site. They waited for the Molotovs to go down. Flashed over towards shore. Smokes deployed. Plenty of smokes deployed. And they managed to get in there and find the kills. A couple of CTs quite awkward there with the reloads and timings. B-Bombs has been a fortress so far, but FaZe get their second round into the half. Do we see more of that from FaZe? The defaults aren't working out for them. They're getting picked apart one by one. Maybe that's the mentality they have to get to now. Wait for the aggression. When it doesn't come through, get the set piece out, because so far they're getting bullied on the map. That's going to be very good at reclaiming control. Taco seems like he's playing very well on the B-bomb side, especially the teamwork's there. Even when Fallen finds himself in the most awkward of positions, Taco comes, bails him out from a different angle. They work together. They fight back, and FaZe absolutely wrecked so far.
So we still just wait for Cold to rejoin. Taco's pretty comfortable.
Here's the scoreboard so far. Olaf Meister, 2 kills in this half match. Sure, he's at the top, but
still with 108 ADR. That's how incredible he was in the first half.
Just to show you that no one's really fragging for FaZe. Like, they've all dropped off in the second half. They can't really find anything at all. It's Bolts at the very top in terms of fragging. For SK there, 20 kills, 15 deaths. coldzera not far behind on 19. Fur at the top in ADR, 79.9. So it is waiting for coldzera to rejoin the server. What a final it's been so far. Inferno delivered absolutely everything. I don't think we could have asked for more there. Back and forth. No one stabilizing. Eco victories all over the place. Clutches were off the charts. First half of Overpass was great, but SK have been dominant here in the second. FaZe just don't seem to have a response. This is what was expected, to be fair. If FaZe were able to beat SK here, they potentially could have been the 3-0, but SK always going to be fighting back. This is the best of 5. It's going to go the full distance. I think we're definitely going to see all 5 maps.
Highly possible. As I said, Mirage, Train, Cash, the order of the remaining 3. So they've swapped out the tower entirely for coldzera. He'll be reaching down and grabbing his peripherals and SSD, so it should be a pretty quick swap.
We hope so, at least. Here's the replay of the CZ frags.
Pretty good shot from Guardian. Fur didn't quite even see him, to be fair, when he came out.
I think he assumed he was towards shore, and it's just like wildly spraying.
That's where Cold. Okay, that flash was to his right. So first off, he partially blind, not fully. And second off, just not even moving. I think he may even have already been trying to save at that point, but again, I don't think SK will really argue the point too far. There's not much point in doing so. It was so deep in the round.
Unfortunate, but yes, you're right. I'll have a look at the money for the next round at least. We have got Fallen already purchasing the AWP. There's about 7k on 2 of the players there. coldzera, presumably not far behind them, so he'll be absolutely fine.
It may have been beneficial, obviously, to keep it double up set up, but we've still got a few rounds to work with. We'll see if they can them together. It's quite a elaborate trophy, I think. It's a different one. I like it. It's got some color into it. It's got some blue on there for the Pro League. And SK as Luminosity has hoisted it before. G2's hoisted it. Cloud9 stole it from SK in a rather dramatic fashion in Brazil.
Well, Matthew, this could take a little while, so we've got a little special treat.
Ooh, a treat. I like treats.
We've got an Xfinity speed session coming up, and I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds amazing. So we're going to throw it over to that and see what we make of it.
My advice to people who travel internationally is try to stay awake as long as you possibly can.
Dress as comfortably as possible. For me, it's really easy to fall asleep during any type of travel.
Sleep a little bit so you still have energy in the middle of the day and not just crash in the middle of the day and just sleep.
I recently got a Nintendo Switch as well. I tend to have that fully loaded and ready to go.
Sometimes I was late, to be honest, yes, especially like 10 years ago when I was young.
Luckily, I haven't missed a flight, but I've had to run through the airport, which is a little embarrassing.
Me and Device was sitting in the lounge in Copenhagen Airport, and we were like, well, we got a board to play in like 10 minutes. We're like, we can sit here for another 10 minutes.
I had to grab the visa the same day the flight was supposed to leave.
Me and MSO, we kind of forgot about the morning traffic in Copenhagen, so I took a taxi, and the taxi driver just said to me, you're not going to make it.
Time wasn't there. Missed the flight, had to pay for it myself. It was a lesson well learned.
Literally, when we sat down on our seats, they closed the door and the gate, the plane was off to take off. So it was really, really close.
1 hour too late, and that was just the saddest moment in my life because then we had to pay for a ticket to Montreal, and that was a little bit expensive.
We ended up winning that event, so maybe we should try and be a little bit late more.
Hey Future Pros, do you hate it when those CTs push B short? Me too. That's why we have a molly for you today that will stop that exact scenario. First things first, buy a molly. Then line up with the middle of this wall. Aim halfway up on the right side of this radio tower. Then run forward for about 2 steps and throw. Voila, no more CTB pushes.
Me and my wife, we both understand that I'm getting older as well. I will be 27, and I would say when I joined FaZe, I even told her that FaZe Clan is probably going to be my last active team as a professional player. So of course she helped me to make the decision because she knew I'm happy in the previous team or previous lineup in Navi, and she also told me that I should probably go for change, even though it will be very hard change because I'm going from home to a different something. In Navi, I started my professional career, even though I played in Virtus Pro before that like for 2 months, but it was not the same as Navi. And it will be always in my heart because Navi was the first team I made 2 major finals, even though we didn't win them, but I always wanted to make them like champions or whatever. But it didn't work out. They decided the other way. I decided the other way. I mean, I changed team, but it doesn't mean that I will be not friends with them anymore. I think at the moment our best player is Rain because he's the most consistent. The world is underestimating him and he's underrated a lot. You can always rely on him that he will hold what he needs to hold. If we are playing for the finals, he just goes crazy. So, and Nico is probably the youngest and most talented player in the world. So I mean, it's much easier to play here. As personalities and the team in general is near to perfect. I mean, we can make jokes of each other and nobody will get offended or angry. And at the same time, we have a lot of fun together. I would say we are very close as players, as friends as well. We have more freedom. We are not like we have to do this and then it doesn't fit you, you know. And now it was completely different. We were more like slow style team. We were waiting for the opponents to do some mistake. It's completely different. It was more passive, and here it's more aggressive, I would say. Before I came to FaZe Clan, of course, we had a lot of discussions, but I told them that I guarantee that I will come back even stronger than I was. And slowly I am. It just takes some time because for a long time I was unhappy playing CS and it wasn't the game I wanted to play. So it was that kind of period of time when you want to do everything else but not playing CS. And I had it a few times in my career, but I think everybody has that. I mean, I was never doubting myself, and I will never do that because I have to be confident to achieve something. If you're not confident, you are not going to win anything. I mean, SK is, I would say, they are still the best team in the world. We cannot decide if they are better or we are better until we beat them in like best of 5 final. I will still call them the best team in the world. I will not call myself or my team the best until we beat them at least 2 times. To gain their respect, I think we will have to crush them to the pieces. I mean, that's the only way you can create some aura against around you. So winning this event is much more important for us than winning the ECS next week. And beating SK in the finals would be something great. I mean, beating SK in the final event for them and basically final event for us would mean a lot, because beating the best team in the world and probably getting the title of the best team in the world in the end of the year, that would mean a lot for the team and for the organization as well. And beating them, getting the Intel Grand Slam and getting the title of the best team in the world would be sweet if it comes true.
And what a contribution Guardian has already been to this final, let alone this team with FaZe. We're about to get back underway, 15-10. It is map point on map 2. Interesting point about the Intel Grand Slam. FaZe was already on the board with 1, but shut down by NIP. So too was SK in the semifinal, but both of these teams already have 1. They're fighting for their second. If FaZe had won against NIP, they could have 3 already. That'd be huge.
That would have been unbelievable, but it wasn't meant to be. But you're right, it looks like we are ready to get underway momentarily. There will be a full buy on either side. If you're just joining us, the second map of a best of 5, and what an affair it's been so far. After winning the first half 8-7, FaZe Clan have struggled here in the second half. They currently trail 15-10. One more round required for SK just to take us to Mirage. FaZe will need 5 clean rounds in a row. I don't think that's going to happen. If it does, it's going to take some absolute heroics on the likes of Guardian's got the AWP. As we get back into it, ladies and gentlemen, 4 rifles available, full buy on either side. Round number 26. These 2 titans of Counter-Strike get back to it.
Well over from Guardian. That allows Nico to walk in toward water. Fallen is contested. Sees it as well.
This looks like another B execution. You see they've got no presence towards long A. Middle, bathrooms are holding the connector. They have Guardian, Nico, Carrigan holding outside towards B. The B execution worked before. Might as well do it again. The smokes are raining in. This is what we wanted to see. Allow their top players to get in, but it's all a ruse map. It is a fake, and Nico and Guardian will go in and try and challenge, but the bomb is on its way back towards the A bomb site.
Cold. He's trying to dance around the smoke. You're right in saying it is a ruse. I was going to say one way to avoid Furs not going anywhere near him, but instead let's put him under pressure. Let's get him out of being aggressive and make him have to play us all. And he's in the open. It's going to be a 1-for-1. He does well to find 1, to be fair. This immediate bomb plant.
This is where FaZe will shine. Let's drop the set pieces. Let's get the fakes going. The defaults aren't working for us whatsoever. We need to get those smokes in there and allow some ground to be covered by the likes of Nico. And that should be the round done. Looks like the CT's going to save already. Perfect call from Karen. They've had time to think about that. And it works perfectly. All the smokes deployed. They have players in the connector. That was the first port of call. Having the connector under their grasp so they can actually fall back and get towards the A site. Just for waiting for them there by himself. He gets 1, but it's not enough. Good trade coming through. Nico to stay alive as well after he took down Fallen on that B bomb. So that's why they need the smokes and the flashbangs, just to allow him to even get close to any sort of viable choke point to find that frag. And there it is. 3 players all survive for SK, but FaZe have to close the gap now. Now it's only 4. Very good round. And that's what I think Carrigan needs to be thinking right now. He needs to be thinking, right, get an objective at the start. We know what smokes we need to deploy. And try and negate the aggression. They'll be coming in from further same times. We've seen him time and time again, even when you know he's coming. He still finds the shot.
So timeout. Tactical from Carrigan, even though they win it.
Oh, yes. Well, they can't give anything away. Exactly. Might as well use every pause. That will be their last one now.
That is a great call to rotate back over. It was tough to even try and save weapons inside of the site.
Unfortunately,
do so.
Not finding all the kills means SK is still very strong in terms of their financial standing.
Well, that's exactly it. If they could have broken them down, it would have been massive, because That would give them essentially a round in hand to try and close this gap even further. Again, we're on 15-11. Again, we talked about resilience between these two teams. But SK want to try to shut this down here and now. 5 kits, massive amount of utility. In fact, 5 smokes, incendiaries, etc., so on and so forth. Intentionally dropped. Kerrigan and Nico going to be aggressive toward the water position. Takes a quick peek through Monster. Didn't see them before they made their way in to construction, so it's cold. That'll smoke off sandbags to keep Taco in contention. Settle off either side.
Yes, indeed. Very timid round from the CT side. Fallen holding the flower bed towards Long A, of course, when it was calling cards on this map. Holds the bathrooms, one of the world's strongest players in that set of position. Second only to Rain, perhaps.
Trying to get information. Does Macardian? Oh, he's so close to it. One bullet grazed his hip. He's trying to find information himself with the AWP.
Time ticking away now. We still have smokes available. 3 there, flashbangs and molotovs. Only ground they've already got covered is Nico and the connector. As he flashes out, they'll be smoked off. I think the final play towards B will come in once again. It'll be a very similar approach to what we saw in the previous round with the same smoke, the same flashbangs, but they'll fully commit this time. This won't be the fake. Taco and Cold Zero to defend. Fallen's up towards Heaven. Presumably he'll be smoked out. But looking for the flank as the smokes and final commitment comes through.
Trade. Kerrigan able to take down Taco. Puts pressure on Cole. Molotov's down. He stepped into them. And Nico trades off of him. Bomb dropped temporarily, but they're creating space. Furs turn the tides ever so slightly, but Fallen can't hit the shot. Bolts can. He'll walk out. Furs closed it with a nade of all things. 16-11. SK respond.
It was looking so promising for FaZe there, managing to win the first half, but they just got completely ran over on the second. The solid CT defense of the Brazilian side really sent out a message. They've come to this best of final to fight, continuing that form we saw earlier in the tournament on this very map. Taco especially looked great in the B-bomb side. We saw some signs of life there from FaZe towards the end. A great fake, but it was just too tall of an order. The fact they had to get 5 rounds in a row against SK, it just wasn't going to happen. So 1-1, and we do move on to Mirage map. And I'll see whether FaZe can bounce back, because it looks like SK Gaming in the driving seat right now.
Everything is wonderful if you're looking from the right side. Life is gonna turn around. You can smile, but you can't hide. Put your mouth where your money is. Keep on sharing what you don't know. Going down a rabbit hole. Just because we say so.
Try box. Stairs.
Nothing great ever happened without a witness.